Good morning, Cook Rangers. This is Mr. Floyd. We have another reading story for this week. You should find it in your packet. It's called A Magic Place. Go ahead and pull that out. We're going to read the story together. You can listen the first time through, and then you can go back and reread it on your own. Okay, A Magic Place. Not a very long story this week. Tommy walks in his garden. The stepping stones feel warm. He can hear the birds singing. He can smell the flowers. There are so many flowers. Tommy had planted the flowers. He had planted some beans and pumpkins too. He could not wait to have some pumpkin pie. He could almost taste it now. There is a bench at one end of the garden. It is under a tree. Tommy likes to sit on the bench. He can hear the water fountain. It is near the roses. He can reach the pumpkins. He can tell how big they are growing. Tommy can hear the wind chimes. The chimes are near the gate. There is a fence around the garden. The fence keeps the rabbits out. The rabbits like to eat his beans. Tommy had planted tomatoes next to the beans. He can smell them in the warm sun. Strawberry vines grow next to the tomatoes. Tommy picks some. They taste so good. Tommy's favorite place is in the corner. He can sit beside the plants there. He likes to pet the plants. He has fuzzy plants. He has soft, fluffy plants. He has plants that feel like paper. He has plants that feel like silk. He likes to touch all of them. Tommy can see his garden in his mind. He cannot see it with his eyes. Tommy is blind. How can you tell how he can tell you all about his garden, though? He can tell you how it sounds. He can tell you how it smells. He can tell you how it feels. He can tell you how it tastes. He can tell you it's a magic place. So that was our story for this week. Now take some time and go back and reread the story on your own. And we'll come back and we'll do some questions and some sentences. Okay, we're ready for our questions now. If you'll flip to the next page after your story, you'll see that there are 8 questions we're going to answer. I'm going to read through the questions and answer choices for you. And you'll need also this page from your packet. It should be printed in color. It's the one that says questions in the corner. Okay, and there should be 8 sets of answer options for you. All right, let's start with question number 1. Question number 1 says, who planted the flowers in Tommy's garden? Was that Tommy, his friend, or his father? Question number 2. What feels warm on Tommy's feet? Was that ice, the sun, or the wind? Question number 3. What kind of pie does Tommy want to taste? Was it a tomato pie, a pumpkin pie, or an apple pie? Question number 4. Tommy is sitting on his bench. What could he hear? Could he hear snakes, crickets, or a fountain? Question number 5. What is near the gate? A fountain, a bench, or wind chimes? Question number 6. What is planted next to the tomatoes? Is it flowers, beans, pumpkins? Question number 7. Where is Tommy's favorite part of the garden? Was that by the fountain, by the gate, or in the corner? And the last question, number 8. Tommy cannot smell, hear, or see. All right, I've gone through all the questions and answer choices. Take your time, go back through the story, and look up anything you need to help you pick the correct answer and then circle it on your sheet. Okay? We'll be back in just a minute to do our sentences for our writing exercise. Okay, we finished our story. We've read it together. You've read it once. We've answered our questions. And now it's time to move on to our writing activity. You should see in your packet this week your closed sentences, the sentences with the missing word. So you'll need that page, and you'll also need the second page of your color answer choices that says sentences at the top. And these are the words we're going to pick from to fill in the blank. All right, I'm going to read through all the sentences and read to you the missing words that are your answer choices, and then you're going to go back on your own and take your time to answer them. Okay? Let's look at sentence number 1. Sentence number 1 says, Tommy walks in his blank. In his garden, in his farm, or in his kitchen. Sentence number 2. The stepping stones feel blank. They feel hot, they feel warm, or they feel cold. Sentence number 3. He can blank the birds singing. He can hear, he can feel, or he can smell the birds singing. Sentence number 4. He can blank the flowers. Smell, feel, see. Sentence number 5. Tommy had planted the blank. Tommy planted the flowers, he planted the tomatoes, or he planted the trees. Sentence number 6. He could not wait to have some blank. To have some cherry pie, pumpkin pie, apple pie. Sentence number 7. Tommy can hear the blank. The wind chimes, the crickets, or the cats. Sentence number 8. There is a blank around the garden. There is a ditch, a fence, or a hedge around the garden. Sentence number 9. The fence keeps the blank out. It keeps the rabbits out, keeps the bears out, or keeps the cats out. And sentence number 10. Tommy is blank. Tommy is blind, Tommy is deaf, or Tommy is mute. Okay, those are your sentences and answer choices. Go back through the story and find the answers if you need to, if you don't remember. And then take your time and write the correct answer in the blank if you can write it. You can also circle the correct answer on the answer choice sheet here. And if you have a second page of blank lines with words, that's for you to practice writing your sentences, or you can come up with your original sentences, your own original sentences using the same words. All right. Hope you've enjoyed the story this week, and we'll see you next week with another reading story.